What's going on? This is another episode of Design Detox with Deondra. I got my boy here, the
Yeah.
Sean Fresh. What's going
Yeah.
on, brother?
Man, just chilling. Double cupped up on a Thursday
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
really.
Hey, man, how long we been on each other now,
That
man?
is a great question. Man, I'm always horrible with that. I now I kind of like base stuff off of the pandemic, so
Okay.
I think it had to be pandemic.
A little bit before.
Yeah, a little bit before the pandemic. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard about you before. I admired your work with Jacqueline and stuff.
definitely.
Yeah, and then when the pandemic hit, I was like, they were sending them checks. I was like, hey man, who doing your stuff? Cause
Yeah.
I know I'm a graphic designer, but I'm not the graphic designer, and I need
Uh-huh.
the graphic designer to
Come
help
on.
your boy out. You feel me?
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let them know, man. Let them know, man. Man, shoot, man. On here, man, we just kind of dive a little deep. So
Okay.
we may get emotional up on this thing. I
Yeah,
don't even know.
I
Like,
cried in the parking lot.
hey,
You know?
hey, but man, like, okay, yeah, we know. Hey, you know how we met through Jacqueline. Shout out to Jacqueline.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what she
for
got
sure.
going on. Hey, if you in Atlanta, hey,
18 or
connect with her.
something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Awesome. So, man, I wanna go down to the
Let's
deep the ground,
well,
the
we could do that.
beginning.
Let's do that. Let's do
Cause,
that.
cause for one,
Yeah.
and if I miss anything, just let me know. You're a singer,
Yeah. I
a
do.
rapper.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. That's different slightly. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you call a model?
You could call it
A
that.
model,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let
You could
me
call it that. Yeah.
like. I mean, you got your own like merchandise. I mean,
Yeah,
what does
yeah.
that mean? I
That's
mean, you
I guess clothing
okay?
designer.
A designer,
Yeah.
graphic designer.
I did. Yeah, I do that.
Like, what else, man? You be helping the kids,
Mentoring. Y'all do public
mentor,
speaking. I don't
public
really mentor the kids though.
speaking.
I publicly speak to them. Yeah. I can't mentor
Okay,
'em. Yeah. Yeah.
like what else we missing here, man?
I do a little boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Forgot about
I
that.
coach
You
the kids.
coach.
Yeah, I coach the boxing kids. Dad, you know what I'm saying? That's a full-time job.
Say that again.
My kids, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the
Yeah,
kids.
shout out to them. They ain't watching, but I just wanted to shout them out. Anyway, right?
Hey, man, for real.
Yeah, man, when
You
I
married?
speak to the kids, yeah, oh, to the wifey too, yeah, Shamina, she definitely watching the kids right now.
All right. Shout
Yeah,
out. Hey,
yeah,
shout
yeah.
out.
So, what else, man? I normally, oh, then there's Fresh and Co, which is a photography and styling company.
I ain't know nothing about that one. What?
Yeah, we kind of
It's
just
like a
yeah, me and Cocaine, you know what I'm saying? We kind of that's where the Fresh and Co come in. People think the Co is company, but
oh,
it's really not.
dude. Hey,
Yeah.
let them know. Wait,
Yeah.
say that again, cause I didn't know. I was like,
Yeah,
what is this?
it's a little
That's
bit.
the collab
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Like some people will be like, "Hey, we want you to style." Like we did, like Robert Jones, some other people, some companies, Hope Connection, Choosing to Excel, which are like nonprofits based around. So they want like the full package, the video, styling, graphic, web design,
Come on,
stuff like that. Then I kind of put it all together
Put it all
right there.
together.
Yeah,
man. Hey, man, that boy got a lot.
man, but
Shoot,
I'm
man.
passionate about it, so it don't really feel like work.
I see what you're saying.
So,
Yeah. So we're gonna go all this kind of. You got the creativity and all of that, the coaching, the giving back.
yeah.
Like, where's the start in all this?
So I think it definitely happened. Growing up as a kid, like I always knew I was different. Like there was never like a time that I didn't know that like in the hood, like I was a little bit more um abstract than everybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, and I also got rewarded for that too, right? Like, little cute little. I was a twin, little chubby little twin in the hood who can draw, who can sing, who's I've been 6'1" since I was 12, who's tall. You know
Wow.
what I mean? Like, I had great grades. I went to all the little youth leadership stuff. Played basketball, did the the field events, joined the military when I was in high school. So I kind of always knew that I was, kind of special. Um, but I think it really kind of propelled itself when I got laid off. Cause I used to work at Hewlett Packard in Conway. And
Hold up, okay.
when I got laid off.
When was this? We got to know the year and stuff.
That is, I'm gonna tell you right now, Swan. I am horrible with years.
Ah,
Like I don't like. I mean, like boy, I
we
be
need
like
a timeline, man.
That we can say 8 years. Yeah.
Like 8 years ago was when it really just.
Yeah. Probably like
Okay, but before we even go there, what was happening before that? Even
I was really just trying to
out here.
Well, I was like writing songs, and I was just like, so. This is a funny thing about it. So I had roommates, and we were all like, when I was in the army, like the drill sergeant was like, "Who was that singing?" We used to sing the Star Spangled Banner,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like me and two other guys, so they would make us sing, right? So when I got back, what I'm saying, like another guy was in the military, he was like, "Hey, we should start a group together," right? I was like, I had all the financial backing and I had the writing skills, but I couldn't really record music. Like they would make fun of me. Like they called me Sheep West, right? Like,
Dang.
like, oh yeah, like everybody like Keys called me Tracy Chapman. I didn't know who Tracy Chapman was. She had a bunch of vibrato, like some old artist. So I went and bought all her music and listened to it, like. And so, but the thing about me, I don't have a middle ground. So when everybody quit, which happens with every group, I just kept going, right? So I just kept practicing, I kept writing, and I kept doing that. And then I came into, I met somebody named Piff who was with Conduit, and then I started doing like, I know they was like moving in the city, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be a part of that somehow, right? So I kind of figured out what they needed, and I became what they needed, which was passing out flyers. You know what I'm saying?
See. And that's
like
where the
marketing.
graphics
Yeah.
came in.
So like the graphics came because I started picking up shows and I couldn't afford to keep paying people, $50, $75 every week on shows when I wasn't even really making no money.
Yeah.
So,
Come on.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna start doing my own graphics. And I did a graphic design for my birthday at South on Main. It was like this peanut the cartoon. I took everybody's head and I switched them around with the artist, and then like that's when people started noticing, asking me who did that, and I was like, it was me. They were like, stop playing, and then that's kind of how the graphic design kind of took off.
See, but that was all before that.
Yeah.
So you're building up to this point, but it was things that happened before.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're gonna go deep.
Yeah.
It ain't. We're gonna come back to some of this stuff that really sticks out, but it's like, hey, like, how did you even start singing? It wasn't just in the military.
No.
It was before. Who was your inspiration there?
So I went to Bullock Temple CME Church across from Central, and like my mom just like every other R&B singer that started in the church.
Okay.
Right, like my mom, like she knew she would like make me do stuff. And me singing was like the only thing that I knew that would make my mom happy.
Mm-hmm.
So like she would stand in the back of the church. I better hear you, right? So like I would just sing at the church, and I didn't think it was special. I thought everybody could sing in the world, like majority, because everybody at the church could sing. So and
at
I didn't,
your church,
but I didn't go outside anywhere. I either went home or I went to church. Like it wasn't. I didn't really mingle with the outside world because of how I grew up and stuff like that. So like it was either sports, home, church. Like
wow.
So it wasn't. So I just thought that everybody could do it. And then so when that occurred, I would just sing to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like. Do freestyles with my homeboy Mike, you know what I'm saying? Like ride around beating on stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm saying? Just being funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I never thought that that's what I would be doing.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, it was just like fun, you know what I mean? And something to make mama happy. And also at some point to kind of like ease some pain, some breakups and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, you having fun. Everybody around you can sing. So this was just normal.
Yeah.
Nothing too special.
Nothing.
You playing ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, how were you with that? You pretty good? Or?
No, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't too good.
I started everywhere, right? But I wouldn't say I was good. I mean, obviously I wasn't good enough because I stopped growing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have kept growing, I still can shoot and everything. But like, I'm 6'1". That's point guard. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I'm not fast enough for that.
I see.
So like, at the level I was at, yeah, I was pretty good. Like, I could still, I still play basketball now. But like, yeah, I'm not. No, can't jump high. I could shoot. I couldn't really defend well. So for a point guard,
I see what you're saying.
But like every year I kept going down. I kept going from center to power forward to small forward.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because I could shoot. Like I wasn't even like the typical center. Like all that, I could use my left hand, right hand, but like I'll just get the ball on the block and I circle around, shoot the jumper, and head back down. So definitely. Yeah, but I mean I started. So
gotcha. Man, I'm wanting to know a little more about this military thing. I never knew that. Yeah. And I was in the military.
Yeah.
Like, what is
it? Man, them years hit so fast. Like, cause I was in 11th grade.
So
I did split option. So like, my dad, I was 17. My dad had to sign out for it.
Okay.
So I did basic training my 11th grade summer. Then when I graduated, I went to do AIT. Yeah. And then I did 6 years, and it was just like, I was in National Guard, so
I was reserved.
I was in and out, but you know what I'm saying, nobody knew. Like it was like, and I was a horrible soldier. Like I wasn't good at all.
So you finished, you got your honorable mention.
Yeah,
you good.
Yeah. I was like,
so you got two veterans sitting here, y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I ain't even know. Thank you for your service, my brother.
Your service.
Hey, shout out, man, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like I really wish that they had like 2-year contracts. I feel like people should just you gotta go experience the military.
So, what you saying that though? What is that one thing that stands out? Why do you say that though?
Man, it's like there's the obvious discipline structure.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a thing that I learned in the military that's like, man, if I think I can do it, I can do it and do it well. You know what I'm saying? Like the military teaches you like that you can pretty much do whatever you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't run 5 miles. Oh, I'm gonna run 5 miles a day. I'm not gonna be able to attain all this information. I'm gonna attain all this information. Like, and then it's like you realize like, have you seen that series called Suits?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so with Mike Ross, I mean, it's kind of like that. Like, it wasn't a problem.
There's a way.
That came, it's always a way.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how that's what the military taught me. It was like, it's always a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want it, you just go and get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my ship didn't come to me. I swam out and got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of what I learned, to kind of carry me on that mindset through the, and it put some dog in me too. You know what I mean? It put it put a little bit of, even though nobody knew I was in the military, it put a little bit of like, man, this isn't somebody that you want to cross, but I'm not going to say nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it gave me a silent, like, warrior, you know what I'm saying, inside of me that kind of was like, I can really conquer anything I want to.
That's awesome, man. Man, I'm hearing you saying that, and, you giving that credit to that. But, this isn't my Jesus and Juice
podcast.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I like Juice and Jesus.
I'm curious though.
Yeah.
Where's some credit to your faith here?
I mean, that's always there. Like, my mom's a pastor, right?
Wow.
Yeah. My mom's a pastor.
Wow, look at her.
Yeah.
Hey, we're just gonna go. Hey, let's go there.
Yeah. My mom's a pastor. Like, so, again, ever since a kid, I've always known I was special because God told me that.
Come on now.
So, like, it didn't matter what somebody else told me. Like, oh, you this and you that. Like, there's a couple affirmations that God's been telling me since I was a kid. And it's like, you can't tell me anything different because God already told me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who I am. And this is the role that I want to be. Like, I never wanted to sing, to be honest with you. Like, I was more of a business person. You know what I mean? Like, I was all about, you know what I'm saying, owning businesses and stuff like that. But, like, when I got in a car wreck, and when I got out of the car wreck, God was like, you're gonna sing R&B. And I was like, okay. Wow. Like, and when I tell people that, they be like, R&B, I was like, man, hey, listen, I really don't care what you got to say because I would rather quit right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier for me to quit. The talents that I have, not the, but the charisma, the ability to speak to people, I could be, and I'm in corporate world, I was moving up, I was always in management. Like, I could be doing that as opposed to talking to venue owners and saying, hey, we need a deposit and we need this and we need that. Like, I could be getting, saying something else, but like, I'm just like, hey, I'm just doing what, what God told me to do. Even though, and times I want to quit, sometimes I've had shows and like people never know that's the last show that I had in my mind, and somebody random would come up and be like, hey man, it was great. Keep going. And then they would just leave. And I just sitting there like, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
That's happened like over and over. Random people just come up to me and be like, hey man, just keep going, man. And I'd be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it's always there. Like, I wouldn't be anything without, you know what I'm saying, the confirmation of Jesus, you know what I'm saying, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't take that lightly, you know what I mean?
Definitely,
like,
man.
I'm not a R&B Christian. I'm a Christian who sings R&B.
Come on. That's
you know
good.
What I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
man. That's good. Hey, man, you talked about 8 years ago something happened, but then you're saying that car accident happened. Is that what happened 8 years ago, or is these two separate things?
So it was kind of simultaneous, right? Like, so
Okay.
the car accident was probably 3 years before that. Like, so that process of me recording and all that trash, like, I wasn't good at all. Like, I was not like, once God was like, hey, I want you to do this, like, I was like, I'm like, literally, I have receipts of, no, I don't know how to record. My vibrato, like, I don't like my tone. I don't like how this sounds. Like, it's not good standard. Like, I don't like being around people to do such and such. Like, that was just the process, because I knew I had to do it, right? You know what I mean? So that kind of just like, hey, if I'm gonna die, right, then because I got in a car wreck off of Oak Street in Conway.
Wow.
Yeah, I totaled like 3 cars, and I didn't even know I fell asleep going to church. And
What?
yeah, on the day that I got laid off from my job,
Dude.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
Hold
So.
up.
Yes.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You got laid off.
Yep. And I said I was going to church.
You was going to church.
Yep. I was maybe 2 blocks away from the church, and I decided I was going to keep going to go get some tithes, some offering, and I fell asleep on the way to the bank.
Like, what was this? You was on a grind or something? What was happening?
I worked 2 full-time jobs, and I told you I was like I was.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, so
2 full-time.
Yeah. I was on the business. I was about that. I was standing on business. You feel me? It's like I was on the
Man,
money.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You got a lot to really unpack here. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Hold up, because I want to know a little bit more about you before who you are right now, so we can understand how you really got here. Yeah. So, okay, when you say you're all about this business, this paper, this, all of that, 2?
Yeah, so I worked at this time it was like this, they paid every week. It was like a 6 to 2 type of job. And then there was like you like work Monday through Thursday or something like that. And then there was like on some days like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like, it was only like one day that I worked out where I only got like 4 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. But the rest of them, the days kind of stacked. I worked at like Blue Cross and Blue Shields. Like, so when I got off at like 2 or something like that, I took a nap, and then I went to work overnight from like 8 to 5. Then I would go home, take a nap, go do go do the job again.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was crazy. Yeah, it wasn't.
What were you trying to accomplish?
Oh man,
you had kids?
Nah. My uncles were like entrepreneurs in business. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to be in the business, and I knew if I wanted to be in business that it take money to make money. So
you had to make that
I
money.
had to make. I was stacking money. You know what I'm saying? And once I figured it out, then I wanted to be prepared whenever I figured out what I was gonna do. I didn't know if I wanted to like get into selling used cars like my uncle did, or if I wanted to, start my own. I started doing like some legal stuff, prepaid legal type of stuff, or I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I was gonna need some money.
Right. So you got that like inspiration around you with the uncles.
Yeah.
Anybody else you can think of? We just got to kind of shout them out right here.
I mean, it was definitely my uncles, my uncle Mark, my uncle Larry. Me and my best friend Mike, he actually just won Entrepreneur of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah, so like we used to make cars when I was like 14 and sell them. Our net profit was like 14 cents. So we'd split that in two and be like, man, we just stayed up 3 days to make 7 cents. But it was more of the entrepreneur spirit, you know what I'm saying? So
wait a minute. How old was
I was 14.
14.
Yeah. We bought all the printers and all that stuff, and I was designing stuff, and we'd print them up. They'd come out quicker. We like, can't sell those. And so we'd run back to like FedEx or something, buy some more stuff, run out of ink. And so we'd start writing down the stuff. And then one day we looked at it and was like, all right, let's look and see how much we made and all the stuff. Like we was handling it, companies. It was like, man, we made $1 something. Like it's like, man, this ain't it.
Nothing.
Like this ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, yeah. So yeah, I learned a lot.
14, man. That's the earliest we probably have gone today.
Yeah. Well, I was 12. I've been working since I was 12.
Where you start working?
My uncle's body shop. I used to sand and tape up cars.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. So me and my twin, we used to go ride the bike during the summer, sand, tape up cars. So that's why people thought I was like financially well off. I'm 6'1". I'm taking my money. He paid us like $40 or $50 every week. I went and bought me a polo, right? And my brother, I would wear his. So I had like 2 or 3 weeks worth of polo. All my dad had to do was buy me some polo boots, you feel me? And it was like, oh, Sean wearing polo every day, so yeah.
Got you. Man, and it's crazy you keep talking about you have a twin.
Yeah, we don't look nothing alike.
So you don't look, okay.
We don't look nothing alike. We have. Only thing that we had national incomes that we got the same parents, and his football team and my football team, favorite football team, are based in the same state. He a Bucks fan. I'm a Dolphins fan. Other than that.
But I'm curious. So how many other
I got an older brother. That's it.
Okay, older brother than the twin.
Mm-hmm.
What was that inspiration from them? Like, was there anything from the older brother, or you got a twin?
Yeah.
Y'all usually, twins usually kind of do some similar things.
We ain't do nothing alike.
At all.
Like nothing. He is great with his hands. I can't put nothing together. Right? We were completely opposite. I had natural curly hair. He was a little bit more coarse. I was tall. He didn't grow. He didn't. He was like an inch or two taller than him now. But at that time, like I was 6 inches taller than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we didn't have. He played video games. I don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was athletic. You know what I'm saying? He was more the quiet type. I was kind of outspoken. You know what I mean? Like, he was he was always like very serious and responsible. I wasn't that responsible.
That's what you're saying.
So my other brother, he was kind of cuckoo, so I learned a lot from actually watching him what not to do.
Man, we got two similar brothers.
Right, like I can't talk. I don't even want to talk about. Yeah, man, my brother. Yeah.
I feel you that.
I try not to put him out there because
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Man, okay, man. I feel like we got a good amount, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of this stuff, man. This is crazy.
It is. But I think because you know me so long, it kind of stuff makes sense now.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
You know how you talk to people like, exactly that's like, why, you know why. Okay. Yeah. So it's a weird thing to kind of.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is cool, man. No, man. I really want to. Okay, we're gonna hone in. Now we know a little bit. Okay. Boom. Okay. Car accident happens about 3-4 years later, which was 8 years ago from now.
Yeah.
This thing happened.
Yeah.
What was this thing?
Um, Getting laid off.
So
I got laid off twice.
you
I've
got
been
laid
laid
off
off.
again.
Yeah. I got laid off. I used to work at HP, and
Wow.
I was climbing the corporate ladder, and it was just like we had put all our eggs in there, like put all our trust in this corporation,
Oh.
this Fortune 500, right? And one day they brought us in there and was like, "Hey, that is it. Like you be gone in 2 weeks. You be gone in 4 months. You be gone in 6 months." And it was like,
Just like that.
yep. The funny thing is, I actually got hired back at the spot like a day before. They give you like this time period where if you don't get hired back, right, then you can't get hired back. So like HP owns Medicaid, so I got hired back at downtown Little Rock to do that like the day before my time was. But at that point, I was there, but I wasn't there. Like
I see what you're saying.
like
What you have your mind on, man?
I was focusing on all of my own stuff, like, and like yeah, I did. That's really where my graphic design picked up at. That's why my email address was, or is still my graphics today, right? Because all I did was if you sent me an email or asked me to do your graphics, I just sat at my desk and did your graphics, and you was gonna have it by the time I got off of work. So
Wow.
and it was like I would just do that. I would make my own graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like I play basketball, go to the studio. Like it was, had a government job. You know what I mean? Because basically it's, we only had like one season where you really had to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like for the most part, yeah, I was just completely focused on, if this was to happen again, like I'm gonna be, how it is.
Be prepared.
Yeah, I'm gonna be prepared. I'm not gonna allow you to, put my future in your hands, right? Like I'm going to, take care of this myself. Like. Even on my breaks, like I had set up downtown where, that's when I wanted to start doing more live music. I had set up where I found a band, and we started every like second Friday, start performing downtown, in the River Market on my lunch break. So so I make a flyer with like, hey, and they were like, oh, you gonna be performing? I was like, yep. Had to make sure it was like 30, 45 minutes so couldn't nobody say nothing.
Something small.
Yeah. Saying boop, doop, go back over there. They be like, that was great. It was like, but that was me still trying to practice on how to sing in the mic, how to hear live music, how to, stage presence, stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man. It's good. It all makes sense.
Yeah, man.
That from the military, that grind, keep going.
Yeah.
And then just losing that job that first time.
Yeah. That's
it.
Yeah, man.
This is good, man. So, okay. 8 years ago that happened. Like, when did you know, like, boom, did you quit the job that you were...
I did, actually. So, my dad passed. And
so, how long ago was
my dad passed 2018. Yeah, 2018.
Okay, 2018, you're working at...
Yeah.
This place. Boom.
Yeah.
Dad passed.
My dad passed. He got a bunch of time off, and at that time I was like, I would rather like do something that makes me happy, because my dad worked 25 years at 2 full-time jobs, right? I was sitting in the ICU with him for like 2 or 3 months, and it was like everybody would just come in, but they wasn't coming in to see my dad. They were coming in to see my Uncle Larry, who owned a body shop, and they would all have these stories about how great my Uncle Larry was to him, how he helped them, and nobody knew. They had a light bill, he paid it. They couldn't do this. He gave him a layaway plan, like, to get that car fixed. And I was just sitting there watching, and I was like, it's only like 2 people came from my dad, and they was like, your daddy was a hard worker. And at that time, I was like, I'm not gonna be like that. Like, when I die, I'm gonna have stories of kids, of people coming saying, this is how you impacted me, right? And I'm not gonna get no 2 workers to say, your dad used to do this and this and that. And also, they would tell me stuff that my dad was probably just too tired to tell me. Your dad was always so proud of you. He always talked about you. But because he worked so hard everywhere else, when he got home, he rested. I didn't know all that. So I was like, man, I was like, I'm not going back there. You know what I mean? And I started. I looked for a place that at the time I thought I wanted to do mentoring that allows for me to do mentoring. I
Mm-hmm.
found them. I didn't know how much they was gonna pay. I was like, I don't care. This is what I'm gonna do, and that kind of opened up. And I just decided to use my God-given talents to supplement my income. Book my own shows more. Started doing graphic design. Started doing other things. Came up with Fresh University during the pandemic. Um, you know, um, just
Yeah,
just
man.
just doing. I just it's like, hey, if I have a talent, then I feel like that's what God gave me, and that's what I'm gonna use to make money, right? And then I can do whatever I want to. So
That's good, man. Wow, dude.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
this we didn't. Hey,
yeah,
we didn't went there, man.
yeah. I
We
wasn't gonna.
good. We good.
I'm good, dog. I'm good. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, this is really good, man. 2018. So now you doing your own thing.
Yeah.
You just whatever with your talents.
Yeah.
You talked about Fresh University, and we met. We can talk about that a little bit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like the process of how that kind of went down, like the ideal that you had, you end up, meeting me and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about that journey a little bit, man.
So Fresh University, it kind of started because I had some shows lined up, and I was like, I've studied other artists like Teddy Swims and stuff like that, and I was like, these independent artists, they have merch for sale, right? And I was like, man, I gotta get some merch. And when I was at HP, I came up with the idea. They just my supervisor at the time, she printed out some shirts. I was selling them, everybody would buy them. I didn't really like the design. It was like an expiration with fresh forever at the bottom. It was like, that's cool. But when my dad passed, I had one less person to impress, right? So being a pious person, like growing up, like I was like, okay, Fresh University, they gonna think the FU means something provocative, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when I had less one, and my mom wasn't on social media, I was like, you know what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really when I had the most success, when I stopped caring about what people think. I was like, I don't care, right?
Wow.
So like, but also, so me, when I get money, I like to spend money with black people. Right, even if I can do it, like I have ideas, like already, like when I get some money, I'm gonna go and patronize this person, I'm gonna go and do this. And like I always knew I wanted to work with you, and so when I get a bag, we get a bag. So I got some money, and I was like, I could do this, but I would rather build a relationship, right? So that's when I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like this is my ideas, because I was sending you sketches, draws, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But then I always leave room for creativity, like, man, because first of all, let's be honest, I can't pay people what they're really worth, right? So
Yeah,
the thing
exactly.
is, right, you know what I mean, like, so one thing I've learned is, like, if you can't really pay people 100% of what they should be getting paid, then you should at least make it fun for them.
Yeah,
Right,
something.
give them something like, man, I always wanted to do this. You know what I'm saying. And so that's how me and a lot of people relationships build. Hey, this you can do whatever you want to, right? You know what I'm saying. Hey, this is my idea. So because so many people are used to everybody telling them do this, do that. This is the structure. I want you to be as creative as possible, right? And so, I told you, you came up with the gorilla, and I was like,
Yeah,
black
man.
people. And I was like, I was a little mad of it. I was like, I don't know, we might need to resurface that. You
We
know what I'm
still
saying?
got.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? But
come
that
on
time,
now.
that's when they was out there.
Hey,
I was like, yeah, it's a lot of, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
it may work out.
it might work
We
out now.
still got it.
Yeah.
Hey, we
And
may need to
so,
push it. I don't know.
yeah, man. So I came up with the concept, but the funny thing is the reason why it's turned is my nephew loves hats, and I got him a hat, and he was like, "F you, huh?" And I was like, So I turned it, and I made sure I always have Fresh University on the hat, so they don't know that, you know what I'm saying, because some people think that it's like, no, my last, it's my stage name is University because of the mentoring, because I'm gonna leave a legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you think it is, right? And so I turned it. It made it so official because Cocaine Corey told me to turn it too.
Come on.
Let me
now,
give him
yeah.
his credit. You know what I'm saying?
Give
He was
him
like,
the
man,
credit.
if you flip it and then do this, I was like, say less. And so I put the signature on it. I came up with the side patch. You came up with the main logo. And
That's dope.
yeah, it just
But man,
started printing them junts out.
I don't know if I'm making this up or remember this correctly. You didn't even come really for a logo. You was trying to get this like mascot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just added all this other stuff.
Yeah, I just wanted the mascot. Yeah.
I mean, I just
Yeah. Because I was like, man, do what you do.
and that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like people come to me, man, all the time, and I'm like,
Oh, you know what I did? I think what happened was I wanted the mascot.
oh, to have a pen.
Yeah, to have the pen.
Yeah.
Right. And so what you what you do is I send my designs and you be like, and you be like, I think you could do this, and I be like,
okay,
because I don't have any pride. Like most people be like, oh no, this is my man. I just want it to be dope. I don't really care what the process is.
Yeah.
As long as the end result is dope, I'm going to give you all the credit. I'm going to if it whatever it is, I literally do not like. You know, I say this a lot. I don't care. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm recording the song, man, if you got to bend that half a note up there, I used to sit in the studio for 4-5 hours. I'm gonna get that note. Man, Ferocious would be like, hold on, bro, let me boom boom.
Technology.
Man, and the thing is because at first your pride be like, man, I ain't as good as this person. I ain't as good as this. I bet they doing this. And you don't realize like, man, you really just wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let your pride take away stuff that you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can teach kids how to get money. I can teach them how to start businesses. I can teach them how to deal with their anger, how to channel, certain things. I can never teach you how to get your time back. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
good.
I value my time. So it's like, hey, man, that's what you want to do, brother. Like, hey, if it's dope, it's dope. Like, I ain't finna play with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. No, that process. Man, with me, I don't know. I just kind of always went in my bag, man.
Yeah.
It was like, I just have to do this.
Right.
I don't feel complete if I don't do all this other stuff.
And that's kind of how I am. Like when people ask for a logo, and you told me this before, I send people like 8 to 10 logos because I can't get it out of my head.
Dang. Yep.
Like I have all these designs that I want to do, and that's like if I don't, and what happens is you probably know this as well. People be like, I need 3 of them, and I be like, okay, like I was gonna use the logo, like so I give them a deal, but like me doing people graphic design is really not about them. It's about me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, hey, these are and I only work with a certain amount of people. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the ideas that I have, right? You know what I'm saying? Like this is my work. If you don't want something that looks like this, right? I might not be your person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Man, I've definitely grown from even then. I take a different approach.
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, man, it's deeper than design.
Right.
Right? This design has to be, objective.
Right.
For, functional to do something. So it's more, I guess, on the business, side versus something art that's subjective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm assuming, based on what you're saying, is more of an art to you than...
it has to be.
So it's more subjective than objective.
Truth of the matter is, I don't want to do graphic design.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Cocaine Corey, we talked about it a couple of days ago, and then my homeboy Calvin Henderson, we talked about it. He's a number 10 fighter in the world. Name drop, Sean. There you go.
Come
you know
on.
What I'm saying? Right. When we talked about it, it was like, and I gave you that list of all those things that I do. I don't want to do those.
Wow.
Right? You know what I mean? Like I next year, I'm preparing to focus to do less and get more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm going to focus on. I don't want to do graphic design, right? I want to, pay somebody. I want to be able to dibble and dabble on. But the only reason why I do graphic design is because, I don't have the money. Somebody say, hey, man, here's $75.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right? Thank God, right? I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Family don't know, like, oh, this just got us through the weekend till I get to this show or till I get this deposit, right? So it's always connecting dots. But, that's still 4 or 5 hours and I'm sitting at the computer, even though River's playing with me and stuff like that. Like, I would rather spend my time designing, working on e-commerce, connecting with other creatives. You know, just doing more stuff like, but graphic design, I don't. That the profit margin for me is more stress, because then that's the only thing that I do that I really care about your opinion about, right? You know, it's like, do you like this? And you know how it is. It's the ones who actually send a check that don't ask you no questions.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's the ones that be like, can you do this for such and such? That's got that whole list of stuff. You be like, bruh, will you take this, take your graphic and going on, bro? Like, can you change this? Can you do this? Can you do that?
For this price, you
right.
getting this for
you should be happy, like, you know what I'm saying. But
do you know how much this really would cost?
Right, yeah.
This is a deal.
Right, and so like I don't want to do that. And I think that's once you get past that mindset, it's like, cause I've been in those rooms where it's like, I've been somewhere and somebody was like, hey, I shortchanged myself. And they were like, can you do this graphic design? Can you do this web thing? So you do such and such. I was like, yeah, I could do that for like 24, 25, you know, thinking I'm being. They're like, okay, yeah, we're going to send you 5,000. I said, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. They was like, yeah, because we got to spend 5,000 because that was what we got for this grant and whoop-de-whoop. And they was like, you should be more. And then I'd be in another room where they asked me to do all this stuff. And then I'm a part of another component of their marketing, and they paid they might pay me $45 or something like that to do, you know, video and all of this stuff. And then it's like, you just paid a publication $6,800 to put a half a page on there, and I'm like, I need the 68.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you literally just sent them everything, and all they did was put it in the publication, and nobody even gonna read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like at that point, it was like, yeah, I need, you know, I need more for I'm gonna get more by doing less, because that's what I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? That my pastor said that like 3 years ago, and I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do more, I'm gonna do less and get more, so I can have more time to put into things that I'm supposed to do.
That's right, man. Dude, that's super good. So, we know where you came from.
Yeah.
We know where you're at.
Yeah, gang.
Pretty much. Yeah. Still shout out to the wifey and the kids.
Yeah.
You know. But where are you going?
Yeah.
You talked about things gonna be changing. So what does that look like in a couple of years? 3, 4, 5 year plan?
Yeah. So man, I'm gonna disappear. Like, my goal has always been to get a certain amount of money, and like, you know, so that's why I started boxing. Right, this is gonna get into some deep stuff. Like,
here we go.
Yeah, so it's like,
I was ready for the boxing to come in.
Yeah. No, it's like a threefold. I want to get in the garden. I want to get into self-defense, and I want to be able to supply my own sources of food and stuff like that. So, like, I want to be able to travel the world and be like, hey, son, I just want my kids to be like, this is where I came from, and this is, you know, this is where I can go, even if it's just for a season, for you to know that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen other people do it, but I've never been in arm's reach of them. I've heard about. I mean, I might have played basketball with them. They went and got a contract. You know, it never affected me, right? But I want to be somebody. I'm going to be somebody that is, hey, this is what I did with the talents that I have. You know, that God gave me, and now we're able to enjoy life. And I'm not sitting on no bed. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to, you know, if it's ministry, to be honest with you, I don't know. It's kind of like when I first got started, and I was like, I know I want to get into business, right? But I know I need some money, right? I know that God is creating me to do more, but in order for me to do that, that means I have to create these avenues, right? I mean, I do have some stuff, right? Like, my house, I bought it as a foreclosed house. I've been there. When I sell it, it's going to be a pretty nice, you know, amount of money. I'm going to take that money, invest in the marketing, invest in the music, invest in those 3 things that I said that I wanted. Fresh University, you know what I'm saying? It's going to also be another launch of a different upscale clothing line, right, called like Poindexter, right, that'll kind of set me aside, you know. But that's always been my goal. But then what happens from there, I'd be a fool to be like, this is what's gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just trust that God is gonna do the things that He said He's gonna do, and that I just want to be wise with the time and the things that He's given me. So, yeah.
Definitely, man. That's super cool, man. Like we gotta know something.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is something you would tell your younger self? Like some kind of gem, you know?
So that's funny. I was talking to Shamina the other day. I was like, man, I would have told the truth of the matter is I would have told myself like, hey, don't quit football. Right? Not that I, it's going to sound weird, right? But not that I would think I would have made it to the NFL or anything like that. But like, I only have a couple of regrets, and it's like, man, it would have been cool to be like, I got this championship because we won like these championships. But I allowed somebody, a coach that said something to me that affected me, and who would have known, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I don't care. I'm going. I left and I went and got me a job the next day. You know what I mean? But I would have said, hey man, don't allow somebody else opinions of you to stop who you are. And then do stuff scared. You know what I mean? But I would have told me to cherish more time with my grandparents. I don't know much about my grandparents.
Wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. My twin brother, he went and stayed with my grandma when he graduated high school, and he got so many memories. I was just so selfish as a kid that I was just like, hey, I gotta get it. They would go on trips, they would go visit. I was like, nah, I'm out here getting it. I don't know much about them. You know what I mean? Like, I could front, I can do some, but like at weddings and funerals and gatherings, they were like, yeah, and that's your cousin, isn't it? And I'd be like. So I would say to make sure that you cherish moments and with your family, than anything else.
Definitely, that's good, man. Something that I haven't done many yet, but it's a question that pops out. That's really good, man. Like, who is it that you would like to collaborate with in this season of your life and where you're going to help you get to where you're trying to go?
So, the truth of the matter is, I'm collaborating with the people that I want to collaborate with now. Like I feel like I have everything that I need right here. We just need people to see it, right? Like if let's say I had $1 million and they said, yo, you gotta get a graphic designer. Right.
I got you.
Or somebody say, we got this photo shoot you gotta do.
Cocaine,
right?
On.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got this $1 million deal. We got to record an album. I'm talking to Ferocious. I'm talking to Pat.
Come on, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey, we need your band. I got that. You know what I'm saying? Like there, we want to get you into fitness. Okay, I got my whole team ready. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, boxing, you know what I'm saying? The boxing. You know, the basketball. Tweet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's why, I feel like it's all there. It's just like, just need more eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care they're no different than us. The only difference between their podcast, like, and ours is that they got more eyes. You're like, right. Literally, if we were millionaires already, I don't know, you might be a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? I see the wood. But like, literally, right? Like, we're saying the same thing. You can probably splice, you know what I'm saying, and look it up, like, and they're gonna be like, oh, look at those gems, right? Like, exactly. The only difference is that Fresh University ain't in Dillard's yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like, so like, only difference is that my music isn't. I don't have 100,000 monthly listeners, right? Because that's what validates them. But I've already been validated. I've already made it. You know, so I come from the hood. I come from 24th and Payton, where now I wasn't supposed to be here. You feel me? Like, I don't work for nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I have I mean, my kids are okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, they enjoy I was asleep on the couch before I got here with my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, but I just need more eyes. And I feel like, and at this season, I feel like I think I'm more prepared for it because I definitely would have wowed out a little bit earlier. You feel me?
man.
Yeah, I have a slight little temper. You know what I'm saying? I would have been more Kanye than, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man,
Right.
you funny.
Yeah. So it's like, and then, my last name's West. That would have been bad.
Oh.
Yeah, yes.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's like, well,
Yep.
yeah. So who knows?
Yeah, that's Kanye cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta forget him. Yeah.
Apple don't fall far. Hey, man, dude, this is good though. That would have been the last question, but man, you said you got everything you need. You just need more eyes.
Yeah.
How do we get more eyes? Who would you need to help you get more eyes?
It goes back to that more money, right? I don't know who I would need. To be honest with you, somebody's gonna find out, right? I don't know, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk offline about some stuff. I got you, man.
I don't know. But if you think about it, I tell people all the time, like black people, right? Like I think we had this conversation before. Our culture is just selfish, right? Because literally, I've learned because like I said, my other best friend, he went to Stanford, right? And I see his relationships. Oh yeah, he'll message them and they'll be like, hey, yeah, this person is the dean of this person. This is that. Like in your phone, like everybody in your phone, you have a connection somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is you feel like if you use that lifeline, that's it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, hey, holding on to that one. You know what I'm saying? Like not knowing, like in business, if you send somebody good, they're gonna come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everybody has it. Like people ask me all the time, hey man, how do I do this? This is where you go. Where you get your hats from? Go there. Where you do this? I send them everywhere, right? Because I'm not in competition with you. You feel me? Like we can wear the same thing over and over, but you'll never be Sean. You dang sure ain't gonna be fresh. You feel me?
That's
like
good.
You know what I'm saying? So like there's no competition.
That's a clip.
You feel me? All right. It's like, man, you'll never be me. And that's the thing. It's because I'm unique enough and we and you haven't lived the same life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I am hood enough and spiritual enough that those two things don't even like the blend of those things, right? Like I know that it just doesn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's like it is what it is, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and I think I have learned just to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why and I mean there's some things I have to tell you offline, but I know it's coming.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't want. So I had a boxing match that was supposed to come up on October 6th, right?
Wait, is this something you're supposed to?
Yeah, no, that's good. We good. Yeah, I got enough control now. I had a boxing match. Yeah, I had a boxing match that was supposed to come up on October 6th, and I was like, I didn't know about it, right? So they called me. I was like, maybe 20 pounds overweight, right? When they called me, and I was like, oh. Yeah, they were like, can you get down to 205? I said, no. They was like, what are you at now? They thought I was like 220. I was like, nah. I told them I was like 230, 33. I was really like 238. And I was like, so I was busting my butt. You know what I'm saying? I was, now, they was like, because I got a lot of weight in my legs and stuff like that. So I'm busting my butt. I'm going to the gym twice a day, running, hitting the sauna, eating fruits and vegetables, protein shakes, drinking 2 gallons of water, like, I get down, they cancel my fight, right? Boxing commissioner was like, nah, you're not going to, Arkansas boxing commissioner is weird. But it hit me was like, I had to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, now granted, I wasn't like I was before where I had to, but we agreed to 215. I got down to like 225, which in boxing, you can jog and whatever, and you be straight, right? I had like 2 weeks and they canceled it. But I was like, man, I keep reminding myself, like, you don't need to be getting ready. You need to be ready, at least close to it as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I don't allow like certain distractions to kind of keep me off course, because that's what I regret that I would definitely hate. Somebody was like, because with the modeling, right? You get certain calls, they be like, we looking for a 6'1", size 36 pants, such and such. man, if I'm a 38, I ain't getting that gig. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like kind of just staying ready, even though I don't know if an opportunity is gonna come. Somebody, hey, I want some hats. Okay. And that's what I'm kind of in the process of doing now. It's like, hey, what's your website? You know, like I'm in the process of building that and doing stuff like that because I don't. When it comes, I don't want to be like, oh, hold on, give me a couple weeks because I've already paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be like, boom, 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 right? I do have a major feature coming out with somebody that's with Jet Life, right? And you know when he came to me, like he was just like, no, you got it, everything. Like it was another he sent from God. Like I was like, what do you mean? He was like, man, listen, I'm just gonna bless you with a feature. He called me at Bentonville performing. He was like, you it. And I was like, what do you mean? Because you know I'm so used to people playing with you. You know, like, what do you want? And he was like, man, listen, brother, I don't want nothing from you. He was like, your stage presence, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, you a real nigga. He was like, man, I just want to be a part of your journey. And I was like, so I asked him, I was like, what does that mean? What does that look like? He was like, let's just start with a feature, right? So I sent him some. He was like, nah, that's not for me. I sent him another. He was like, that's for me. And, so, but if I had to get ready, right, I'd missed that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have the money to go to the studio, right, or if I didn't have good relationships, right, because I don't make tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't, because, it's like, hey, me and Ferocious, we sat in the studio, we were like, let's make this song. You know what I'm saying? Pat came through, he was like, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about relationships. And that's what that's what intrigues me more than anything is like the relationship building. But
man, that's dope. Hey, this was good, man.
I mean, I'm trying to be the best one to come out here, man. I don't know who came before me, but make it hard for whoever come after me.
Exactly. And I'm gonna let the person know you said that to come after you.
Yeah. I do that in everything, man. Performing, I be like, I got that from my boy Piff. Dude was like, listen, they disrespect. Cause it's kind of like a thing on the inside. You be like, yeah, they disrespecting me. Like Jordan say, you be like, yeah, he was talking about my mama. I always tell people in the boxing gym, I said, man, you got the greatest mama, huh? And they was like, yeah, man, my mama the greatest. I said, so you saying my mama ain't nothing? You know what I'm saying?
Starting something.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, yeah. I gotta get at you, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, we at the end, man. So you already know what to do. Share.
Yeah.
Where people can find you.
Yeah.
Where they can get some merchandise.
Yeah, man.
Where they can listen to the music.
Yeah, man.
Where they can see you boxing when you
when
you stay. Oh no, we ain't boxing.
Yeah, I'm boxing.
Not yet.
That's my second set. Yeah, you have to.
I'm just saying, whatever, everything. We just need to know where we can see you.
Yeah, website, man, DeSeanFresh.com or social media is DeSeanFresh, SEAN. I'm pretty sure you'll have some type of thing right there.
Maybe,
that's how you
maybe
do.
not. I
mean, I seen your graphics. I seen you. Don't play. I know.
DeSeanFresh.
Yep.
.com.
Yep. Or just DeSeanFresh on all social media platforms.
That's what's up, man. And we out, bro. I appreciate you for coming on, my brother.
Appreciate you. Oh.
Whoa.
Fresh UNIV.
Oh yeah, can't forget about that.
Yeah.
The Fresh
UNIV.
UNIV.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all already know where to go, so do that right now and follow, connect, all that jazz. We out.
Deuces.